Thanks, Robert. Have a great day. We'll see you, bud.
Happy trails.
All right, it's Monday morning, October the 4th, and just got dropped off by Robert from Refuge Hostel. Great folks, Robert and April, there at the hostel. They're hikers. In fact, he's getting ready to do Damascus to Daleville. And so up over McAfee Knob and Dragon's Tooth, he's going probably next week. So he's a hiker, so he knows what hikers like, and great stay.
Highly recommend the Refuge Hostel.
Yeah, great stay there, great folks. So Kendall and I are right back where we were yesterday, only this time we're heading back north again instead of south. So we don't want to do what we did yesterday all over again, man. That was a long walk. So but we're just walking up here and heading towards the lake. Can't remember the name of the lake, Watauga or something like that, but it's right here. So but yeah, that's where we went up in yesterday, up there. So today we're just gonna go right across the road and head down this way. So come on, let's go. So there's the lake there, and we are going to go around the left side of it here and head up in that way. So it's kind of a nice morning this morning, actually. Weather's not too cold. It's a little damp from the rain yesterday, but it's not raining now. So yeah, so it's not too bad. Just got to find out where the trail goes here, and got 42 miles left to go to Damascus, and we're not doing all of that today, although we really want to, but hoping to do about 15 miles up to a place called Iron Mountain Shelter, and then once we get up there, we'll either stay, depending on the weather, or go on a little bit further, but at least that's our main goal, is to get to that shelter. 15 miles. So all right, we're gonna head around the lake and get up into the woods. So we looked it up, and it's actually Lake Watauga, and so checking the map, it's 15.9 miles to Iron Mountain Shelter. Got to go around the lake here. We'll be going flat for a few miles, and then head up into the woods. Yeah, we're just going to enjoy this nice flat section for a while around the lake. So got our full packs on, no more slacking for us. Heading true north now. Only a couple days left. Let's go ahead and get her done. There's a good little view of where we were at yesterday morning. Went up that hill there, up to Pond Flats. But no mountains yet this morning here, so just walking the trail around the lake. Alright, when we made it down the other side of the lake, got a little dam system here. You can't really see the dam. It's more of a kind of like a dike dam, but these things here are the drain holes where they regulate the level of the dam. They raise and lower the little doors on these towers to let the water drain out. And way over on the other side, they have the emergency overflow funnel on the other side of that tower. If the water gets too full, then it drains down into that funnel and kicks it out onto the other side of the dam. Now we're walking across the dam. Looks like the trail goes across it here, so pretty nice out right now. The rain has stopped, so good view of the lake. The mountains up there peeking through. That's where we were yesterday. And here you got the back side of the dam. It's kind of an interesting dam. It's not concrete, it's just rock. You see where they lined the rock for it out of that hole right there. Down into there, and then they just piled it up here and built the lake. Lake Watauga. It's pretty cool. Alright, we've been walking for about 3 hours. Almost exactly 3 hours. We've gone about 5 miles. A lot of it has been uphill to get up on top of this ridge line. And then things will even out a little bit more. So most of the up has to be done in the morning. But definitely wet today. It's been raining off and on. We've been taking our ponchos off and on all morning long, but it looks like it's going to start raining pretty good on us here for the next little bit, and then clear up a little bit more this afternoon. So, but it's kind of foggy right now. I'm not going to get many views if we come to view spots, so, but it's dark. So anyway, working our way up. There's a shelter that's about, well, it's about 3.5 miles from here now, so we're hoping to hit that for lunch and maybe ride out some of the rain if it's raining, and sit there for a little while and eat and try to stay dry while the heaviest part of the rain is supposed to hit about 1 o'clock, but we'll see how we do. But both of us are happy and doing good, and just walking some miles today, so come on, let's go. Alright, we got about a half mile before we hit a shelter for lunch, and it was supposed to be pouring down rain by now, but the rain's actually let up, and hasn't rained for about an hour, and the sun's actually starting to come out. So I don't know if we missed the rain or if it's still coming, but we're hoping to get up to the shelter and get out of the rain, but we're going to get to the shelter in sunshine. So alright, Kendall and I made it to the Vanderventer shelter, having lunch. Got some meat and cheese and crackers, cashews, pretzels, apples, ham, Dr. Pepper. So yeah, that's the cool thing about almost being done, only being out for a couple days. We've packed a couple cans of Dr. Pepper with us. So anyway, we're here enjoying the spot. Kind of a neat little spot, and the rain kind of broke up and went away. It's not raining now, so, but nice little lake is down in there, and a really pretty spot up here. So yeah, it's nice. So we're gonna eat lunch and head up the road or the trail. Got another 7 miles to the next shelter, or 10 miles to the campsite, So we're gonna get up to the next shelter and see how we feel, and see if we want to stay there or move on. So I'm gonna actually run down the side trail here to see if I can find some water. A lot of the water sources have been dry, so we're gonna try to see if we can find some water here. And don't really need it yet, but we're not sure what we're gonna find the rest of the day. So we'll go have a look. Ran into another friend. We saw sheep on the trail. Yeah. So good to see sheep again, going southbound. And that's the fun part about us flipping north is we get to run into all these people.
Ben the Ram.
And she's got Ben the Ram with her today. So sheep and ram are out on the trail, getting it done. So good to see you guys, and hope you have a good rest of your hike.
Yeah.
All right.
Too.
Enjoy, guys.
Bye.
Okay, we walking along and just telling Kendall, man, it's like a different day out here. It's almost blue, completely blue sky. There are some clouds up there, but the fog went away, the rain went away. It's nice and sunny and warm. It's a totally different day out here, so we're hoping that maybe we can put the tents up this evening even, and not have to stay in the shelter, but we'll have to keep an eye on the weather to see if it doesn't change. Like I said, there's some clouds around in the distance, but right now it's just beautiful out. Yeah, it's a little bit of a chill to the air, but keeps it from getting too hot. But we're continuing our way up the ridge, so come on, let's go. Alright, Kendall and I are getting closer to Damascus, and this afternoon's been like the reunion tour. We ran into sheep earlier walking, and we had last saw her up in New York. Actually, last time we saw her was at Mount Musalak in the presidentials, and now we just ran into Deep Fried and Trippin doing their southbound section, and we ran into them in Great Barrington when we zeroed there, and actually got caught in a rainstorm and had to get back into town. They actually were the ones that went back into town with us there at Great Barrington, and saw them a little bit further after that, but now they're going southbound, so we passed them. So kind of neat to see some of these people that we'd walked with up north that are now flipping back south, and we get to cross paths with them. Sorry, we missed T-Bird. And we'd walked with her quite a bit earlier on, and just missed her yesterday by about 2 hours because we slack packed south. We started behind her and just never caught back up again. But yeah, so we just happened to miss her. But meeting these people along the way has been kind of fun. But anyway, I'm trying to keep the sun out of my eyes. But yeah, we're just wondering who else we're going to see on the trail today. Or even tomorrow as we get closer to Damascus. So come on, let's go see who we can find. Alright, we got another hiker to add to the list of one we hiked with up north and seen again today. We're seeing them all today. We ran into Catapult. Catapult, a young girl lady who was with us near Mount Musalak in Hiker's Welcome.
And stayed with us at Terry's place.
Yeah, and that's right. She was at Terry's place in Lincoln that first night. So yeah, it's good to see her again. Man, it's crazy how many people we're running into today. We hadn't seen anybody that we knew all the way pretty much from Georgia up to here. And now, 2 days before we're done, we're starting to run into everybody. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, good seeing Catapult and Trippin' and Deep Fried and sheep, and yeah, it's just been good. So anyway, well, maybe we'll meet some more. Come on, let's go see. Alright, Kendall and I made it to Iron Mountain Shelter at 5 o'clock, and like usual, she's not done yet. She wants to go on further. So right now we're 26.2 miles away from Damascus. So we're going to try to go another, 3.5 or so. To get to a stealth site down the hill. Hopefully it's mostly downhill here, but yeah, it's a ways up here, so we got to get going. So a lot of people do what's called the Damascus Marathon from this shelter. It's 26.2 miles to Damascus, so a lot of the hikers will actually run it in one day. 26 will not run, but hike it all the way through. But obviously Kendall and I didn't get here in time to do that, but yeah, that's what a lot of hikers do. But we are not going to do the Iron Mountain Marathon Challenge, so in fact, we still aren't even going to do a 20-mile day. Another 19 point something, Kendall says. So 2 days in a row we hit 19 point something. And just can't hit that 20-mile mark. But anyway, still 19 point something's nothing. 19.6 is nothing to sneeze at. So all right, let's get up in there and do it. We haven't done it yet. We've only done 15.2. So all right, we're getting closer to evening, and you can hear our tree frog friends starting their evening song. Those little buggers will do that all night long. They'll go, you can hear them all night, but they start about this time in the evening, and they just don't stop. So, but yeah, all right, let's go up the trail a ways. Alright y'all, we made it to the campsite. Our furthest goal of the day, 19.6 miles. So I want to get this video out before it got too dark. But got Kendall up, she's going to make her bed there. I got mine started there. We'll get that up and we'll get ready. I have to cook dinner too, hopefully before it gets too dark. So, yep, but we made it 19.6 miles today with full packs, and we are about 22 and a half miles to Damascus. So that's crazy. And we'll probably stop one more time tomorrow night before Damascus, and then get into Damascus the following morning. So that's the plan anyway. But we're gonna go ahead and get set up here and then call it a night. So weather cleared up, hasn't rained all afternoon. It's been a beautiful afternoon. Starting to cloud over a little bit up there now, but at least we got set up before the rains came. So we have to wait and see what tomorrow holds. All right, well, hope you had a good journey today. Glad you were with us, and hopefully you'll be with us again as we head on to Damascus tomorrow.
Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, October 5th, I believe. That's the trail right there on the other side of that tree, on the other side of that long log, and it goes right up through there. So our campsite, that's just the turkey. And it's about 10 minutes to 8. So about a half hour later than we were getting started, because it's a lot harder to get up when you can't just switch a little light switch on, but you have to work with the headlamp. So it's a lot harder to get going, but we've had daylight for about a half hour, so we're ready for my pack. Anyhow, yesterday we did great. We did 19.6, and we went that far in large part because just up the trail there's a closure section. And we're just a couple miles from the beginning of the closure. We went as close as we could where there was a known campsite, and I couldn't go further than 19.6. And then we have to go 17.4 miles today to get to the other side of the closure area.
Why is it closed?
It's closed, and the trail itself is not closed. All camping. You're not even allowed to have a picnic, they said. No camping, no stealth sites. There's 2 shelters, both of which are closed because they have an aggressive bear in the area. That, sometimes they have bears often that will go after food if they smell it, but sometimes the bears actually, look for the people. They know the people have food, and they will come after the food on the people's back. So they don't want you camping here at all. So we have to go 17.4 to get to the other side of that closure, and there's no campsites listed, so I don't know what we're going to find. If we can go that far, that's great. Then just a few miles past that, 1 mile past that is the border for Virginia, and we'll be done with Tennessee. That'll probably be tomorrow morning. We're only 22 miles from Lexi, from our car. So we're pretty excited to be finished. So let's see what we can do today, see what we can see. The weather's gorgeous. Some light, high clouds, mostly fog, kind of cloud cover. It was starry sky just an hour ago, so we're pretty sure it's just fog rolling in. So it's pretty comfortable temperature. It's probably about 60 degrees. Let's hope the rains hold off, and the storms that were promised all week kind of are just going south of us, so we're pretty hopeful. So let's get down the trail.
All right, we made it to that closed section of the trail. So it's about, what is it, about
13 miles.
13 miles of trail that's closed to camping, and it's 10 o'clock now. So yeah, we got to go at least 13 miles if we want to set up a tent, because this section of the trail is closed. But the bear activity was clear back in June, so I don't know how long it takes them to update their information, but hopefully we can get through this section in good time and find a campsite on the other side.
Redbeard back there.
Oh yeah, talked to a little hiker. He was going southbound. He actually went northbound last year from Damascus, and now he's finishing the southbound section this year. So his name was Redbeard, nice guy. And gave us some tips on the trail between here and Damascus, good water sources, and some good tent sites after the closure area. So that was good. Chat with Redbeard and talk to him a little bit about the trail and encourage him along on his hike. So yeah, it's good. So anyway, we are going to continue heading north and keep our eyes open for that aggressive bear. Alright, Ken and I have been walking along and just went down through a gap and up the other side, so got level again so I can talk a little bit more. But all morning long we've been passing and getting passed by day hikers. A lot of day hikers going through here, and come to find out they're actually all taking a class. It's like a prep class for next year's AT Thru hike, so they're all learning what it takes to do an AT Thru hike. So it's kind of fun to walk along. One of the gals walked along with us and had all kinds of questions, and we talked about gear and things we liked and experienced and stuff like that. So it was kind of neat to see somebody who's all excited about doing their thru hike, and we're just finishing up ours, so it's kind of the end of both spectrums there. But yeah, just really neat to see people's excitement and neat to see them out in the woods enjoying the hiking. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So they just got out. Their ending point was at the road crossing there at the gap, so we won't see any more of them. But yeah, just kind of fun hiking along with them and seeing their excitement for the trail. So, all right, Kendall and I have about 14 more miles to go to Damascus. So the more we walk today, the less we'll have to do tomorrow. We're still in the bear closure area. All the tent sites have signs up saying no camping. But anyway,
Starting to sprinkle.
it is starting to rain a little bit. I've been putting on the rain gear, but it hasn't rained too hard yet, so we're going to try to walk as far as we can without getting the ponchos on. So alright, head up the trail, see how far we can get before the rain starts dumping on us. Let's go. Alright, we're walking along the trail and met another southbound hiker. Well, actually, he's called a yo-yo hiker. He was a northbound, got all the way up north, and then turned around and walked it all the way back south again. He's the first one we've met on trail that's actually done that. Very few people ever do it, obviously. But his name is Longshot, really nice guy, and he's looking forward to finishing his yo-yo hike all the way up, all the way down. So yeah, that's just crazy. It has crossed my mind a time or two, but only for a second or two, and then it goes away. But that's just pretty neat to meet somebody like that. That's walked a long way. So anyway, nice to meet Longshot on the trail, and it's kind of fun meeting all these southbound hikers as we head north. So all right, let's see if we can meet some more. Kendall and I made it to McQueen's Knob Shelter, one of the oldest shelters on the AT, built back in the 1930s, and they don't actually use it anymore. It's just they say only for an emergency, but it's pretty much on its way out, so they don't maintain it anymore or anything. But yeah, I guess you could sleep in there if you had to, but probably stays dry. The roof doesn't look that old, but anyway. Alright, we're going to stop here and take a little break, eat a little snack, and head on down trail. So let's eat. Alright, Kendall and I made it to Abingdon Shelter. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and this is the last shelter before we get to Damascus. But unfortunately, it is still in the closed zone, aggressive bear activity. So we're still not out of the closed zone yet. But a beautiful spot, nice sunny spots up there for tent sites, nice flat spots for tents out here. Shelter's decent too, actually. But nope, everything's closed, no camping. So we have to keep on walking. But we stopped here, give Kendall's feet a little bit of a rest, and getting some water filtered. Water's been pretty scarce here on the trail. I actually had to walk down the hill about 2/10 of a mile down that way to a spring that was barely flowing. There was some puddles there where the pipe was coming out that was dripping, and I had to scoop it out of the puddle. It looked clear, so, but I was able to scoop it out and get some water. Hopefully we'll get enough to cook dinner and have some breakfast tomorrow morning. So alright, we're going to finish up filtering and get off on down the trail. Alright, y'all, we made it to a campsite. 16.2 miles today. Got this little cell site here, and so we are sitting about 6 miles from Damascus. So about a 6-mile day tomorrow, but just too far for us to go today after doing 16 miles. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get our camp set up here. It's kind of a good little spot. Little fire pits and logs and such where people have camped here before. So the trail's just right over there, but it's not raining anymore, and actually you can see the sun up there shining, so we'll be able to get our stuff set up dry and get in and call it a night. So glad to have you with us today on the trail, and hope you enjoy your last night on the trail just like we will. And tomorrow morning we'll get up and we will roll into Damascus. So alright, I hope you had a good day, and have a good night.